In today's news, challenge in getting more funds committed to agriculture. More measures must be explored. BVI government publishes action plan outlines responsibilities for key agencies. Meet the Chief Marine Accident and Safety Officer, Jerome Padmore. Community centers across the territory are available for multifunctional use. Summer SIZZLE BVI 2025 is celebrating its 15 years of fashion, culture, and island glamour. Trinidad and Tobago parliamentary election, crime, trade, tariffs, and cost of living dominate the race. Guyana update, angry crowds burned hotel as police watch. We have the details of this and much more, both on the local as well as regional scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Well, am I covered?
Yeah, you're with CG. Remember when I was dabbling in knife throwing bingo? Well, one night I won, but I also got a bullseye. In a beehive. I ran for hours. They caught me in the end, though. Anyway, I was covered, and I got to keep my trophy. Uh-oh.
Best medical cover for the price. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Monday, April 28th, 2025. I'm Ron Grant bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Monday's wish to all. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast, former Junior Minister for Agriculture, Dr. The Honorable Carl Dawson, believes the territory needs to produce more, but says it's a challenge getting more funds committed to agriculture. Dr. Dawson's comments were made on government's program Virgin Islands Voice, where he was asked about the steps government intends to take to boost food security in light of the recent announced tariffs by the U.S., which will affect imports into the territory. He also spoke of the recent meeting called by government with key players in the retail and other industries to discuss how they should move forward on this issue. Dr. Dawson says government has immediate plans to assist farmers and fishers with a stimulus to help them in the purchasing of animal feed and equipment in their various fields.
We do need to produce more in the territory. And in terms of producing more in the territory, as the old people used to say, no bad wind, no blow. Sometimes it's a challenge and has been for some time to get more funds committed, not just this government, previous governments, to agriculture and fisheries. And this may actually force us to do that because we're realizing how important this is. And on that agriculture and fishery, there are things that we're planning to do as far as medium-term investment in building the sector. But then there are things that we may now have to do immediately as forms of a stimulus. For instance, one of the big inputs for livestock farmers is feed. So we may now have to see, well, how can we support livestock farmers, whether chicken farmers, pigs, goats and sheep, as to increase their production by supporting them via feed. The fishers have other things that they may need, such as wire for the nets and other supporting for the pot sari and other supporting things. So there are some things that we're going to have to do immediately as far as stimulating greater production, as well as our longer-term plans in building out the industry.
Dr. Dawson also made the mention of the steps taken by government to foster inter-regional trade with various markets.
In addition to that, though, we also realize that another immediate thing we have to do is to say, well, do we have other sources for the things that we need here in the Virgin Islands? And one of the key areas that we've been looking at has been the Dominican Republic. And we've in fact begun engagement in conversations with officials from the Dominican Republic, and they have welcomed it. As the Premier has said, the person he spoke with had realized that there had not been official engagement with the territory previously. So this is significant for us, and they're anxious to work with us on bringing various products into the territory. We have a history as far as persons moving back and forth between the countries. We have logistics as far as shipping is concerned. We expect that will be very possible. There's activity now, but we see that as being enhanced. So it's going to be a matter for us to engage with them, because it means that we may be able to avoid Miami, where stuff coming through the United States will attract tariffs, even with the rolling back that Mr. Trump did, where he basically took off some of the high-level tariffs that he had on some countries. But still, I think it opened the eyes of the world that we need to see make different routes.
Government has published its National Strategic AML, CFT, CPF action plan, which clearly outlines the responsibilities of key agencies. The plan is a comprehensive and coordinated roadmap to enhance the territory's resilience against money laundering, terrorist financing, and proliferation financing threats. The action plan, approved by the National Anti-Money Laundering Coordinating Council on the 21st of February of 2025, supports the implementation of the 2024-2026 National AML CFT CPF strategy. It outlines legislative, regulatory, institutional, and operational priorities to strengthen the Virgin Islands framework in line with international standards set by the Financial Action Task Force. The plan is structured around key strategic objectives, including strengthening legislative reforms, advancing regulatory and law enforcement capabilities, as well as improving supervision and oversight of financial institutions and designated non-financial businesses and professions, and enhancing beneficial ownership transparency. It also focuses on improving detection, investigation, prosecution, and international cooperation to combat financial crime. Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley, who also serves as chair of the National Anti-Money Laundering Coordinating Council, said this national action plan affirms the Virgin Islands' unwavering commitment to protecting the integrity of our financial system and meeting international standards. He said it is a forward-looking strategy that balances robust regulatory safeguards with practical, risk-based implementation. In addition, the action plan assigns clear responsibilities to key agencies, including the Financial Investigation Agency, Financial Services Commission, the Attorney General's Chambers, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, and the Ministry of Financial Services, Economic Development, and Digital Transformation. Mr. Jerome Padmore, who was recently appointed Chief Marine Accident and Safety Officer within the Premier's Office of the Ministry responsible for maritime and shipping administration, has shared new insight into his role.
Good day all, I am Jerome Padmore, the Chief Marine Safety Accident Investigator at the Premier's Office here in the Virgin Islands. My role is to investigate serious marine accidents and incidents involving vessels at sea. It's a responsibility I take very seriously because safety on the water is not just important, it's essential. Today, I'd like to share with you what a Marine Safety Accident Investigator does, why this role exists, and how it helps protect our people, our visitors, and our economy.
Mr. Padmore has served for 17 years in law enforcement and has experience in marine safety and accident investigation. He also served for more than 3 years in the Marine Unit as acting inspector. Mr. Padmore's experience includes managing and investigating a wide range of marine incidents involving recreational and commercial vessels. His knowledge of maritime laws, along with hands-on engineering experience with vessels over 50 feet, is expected to promote the safety of the Virgin Islands maritime operations. Padmore said he was honored to serve as the Chief Marine Accident and Safety Officer for the government of the Virgin Islands. Padmore explained aspects of a marine accident that needs to be investigated.
A marine safety accident investigator is responsible for conducting investigations into serious accidents or incidents involving vessels at sea. They collect and analyze evidence found on board to determine the root causes of these events. The results of these investigations are published in a safety report, which helps inform the public and prevent similar incidents in the future. The term safety is central to this role, as the primary goal is to improve maritime safety and awareness, not assigning blame. It is important to note that a safety investigator operates independently from law enforcement. What do you mean by examine evidence? Well, to identify the root cause of an accident, investigators may need to examine electronic equipment, logbooks, and safety management systems on board the vessel. They may even need to inspect the vessel itself. Interviewing key individuals on board, such as the captain, crew, and passengers, also helps build a clearer picture of what took place. Where will these safety reports be published? Safety reports will be published on all official government platforms and made available for download to ensure easy access. These reports provide the public with a comprehensive understanding of the incident, its underlying causes, and the recommendations made to the relevant maritime authorities. The goal is to prevent future incidents and support the improvement of existing laws and regulations.
In his new role, Mr. Padmore will oversee marine accident investigations and safety procedures, working closely, of course, with marine surveyors to ensure thorough investigations that contribute to improved safety protocols and risk mitigation. He will also continue to lead initiatives to foster collaboration and safety awareness within the maritime community.
Investigations cover any vessel registered in the Virgin Islands that's involved in a serious accident, as well as any vessel involved in a serious incident within the Virgin Islands waters. This includes cargo barges, ferries, speedboats, cruise ships, fishing boats, and any other object classified as a vessel. Why do we need a marine safety accident investigator? The Virgin Islands is surrounded by water and is internationally recognized for sailing and charter tourism. Maritime safety is essential to ensure public safety, strengthen tourism confidence, and support the local economy. Additionally, meeting international safety standards is vital for maintaining our global reputation. In summary, the role of the Marine Safety Accident Investigator is to safeguard our waters, provide valuable insights from accidents, and help maritime organizations and the public take informed steps to improve safety.
Permanent Secretary Ms. Tasha Bertie noted that ahead of Mr. Padmore's education campaign, captains and operators are reminded that they are required by law to report all accidents. She is also appealing to members of the public of the need to report all marine casualties and accidents, including minor incidents. Further information will be forthcoming to advise the public where complaints can be made within the required documentation. Mr. Padmore holds various certifications in marine safety accident investigation from Cranfield University in the United Kingdom, other related certifications from the H. Lively Stout Community College and other institutions which have equipped him with the expertise to conduct in-depth safety investigations as well as to provide detailed analytic reports. He is currently pursuing postgrad certification in accident investigation at Cranfield University. Up next, we have much more coming up. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Yo, everything good there?
Why? This thing got me one way that day.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you, know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Pop the Balloon or Find the Connection. Let's meet our first contender, ladies. Okay, Joey, so do you have any toxic traits?
I'm very restrictive. I don't give more time. What you get is what you get. I don't like to give unlimited time. That's it.
Okay, can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
That's a little too restricted for me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, ladies, so let's meet our second contender.
Sorry, excuse me. Why did you pop a balloon? I could give you minutes, data, unlimited call, overseas call, fiber. What else you need?
My friend used to date you. You are scam. She used to pay for everything and more. Nothing to offer.
Okay, ladies, let's welcome our last contender. You look nice. Can you tell us your name?
Thank you. My name is Christian Charles Thomas. They call me C Sweetie.
What do you have to offer these ladies?
Well, security, trust, unlimited time, and a pretty fast.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Nah, but here's my number. 444-4444. Y tú, vida ilimitada.
Okay, guys, so no pop balloons.
For a fast, reliable, and secure connection for your personal or business life, call us at 444-4444 or visit any of our CCT stores and we'll get you connected with the perfect match for you.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you all so much for sticking with us. The Ministry of Health and Social Development has announced that several community centers across the territory are now open and available for the use of the public. The centers can be used for approved events, including meetings, weddings and receptions, birthday and retirement celebrations, camps, religious gatherings, workshops, and community meetings, as well as other activities in accordance with the established guidelines. They are the Long Trench Community Center, the Emily Dunlop Community Center, and the Christiana Gertrude Warner Community Centers. Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Health and Social Development, Ms. Tasha Bertie, said, and I quote, "Community centers are vital spaces for bringing people together, fostering social connection, and supporting local development. We are pleased to see so many of these hubs becoming active again, and we appreciate the public's patience as we finalize arrangements for others." While repairs have been completed at the East and Longlook and the Kane Garden Bay Community Centers, the ministry is working through additional administrative and operational requirements to ensure that these facilities can be safety for use and sustainably reopened. The public will be updated on their availability within the coming weeks. The West End Community Center is partially accessible as it is currently supporting the Carrot Bay Senior Program. As a result, the space is best suited for smaller events and community meetings. Bookings will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. Similarly, the Valerie O. Thomas Community Center at the Seacoast Bay community continues to host the Eslyn Henry Roche Learning Center during school hours. It is available for limited use for events accommodating 50 persons or fewer, subject to approval. Members of the public are reminded that all bookings must be made through the Social Development Department and follow the community center guidelines. These guidelines include important rules such as decorations must not be affixed to walls, the use of tape, staples, or adhesives are prohibited, centers are multi-use, non-smoking facilities that may host several groups at once. No booking is confirmed until a signed rental contract and deposit are received. Only groups booking for the entire facility will have exclusive use. Events must be confined to the spaces rented. Noise levels should be moderate, especially during business hours. Trash must be properly disposed of. Garbage must not be left within the building or the premises. Controlled substances, gum, and candy are prohibited. Vendors must remain outside of the community center's gate. Users must return the facility to the condition it was found in. Additionally, keys must be returned by 9 a.m. on the following business day. Misuse or loss of keys will incur a $100 replacement fee. Violation of these rules may result in loss of rental privileges, additional charges, and expulsion from the premises. Now, to reserve the facility, persons are asked to contact the department's administrative unit at 468-3636. Rental pricing is provided upon application, and of course, it varies by the event and the center. The Caribbean's most anticipated fashion fete returns in full force as Summer SIZZLE BVI celebrates its dazzling 15th anniversary, July 23rd to the 28th, 2025. a high-style fusion of fashion, culture, and island magic. This milestone edition is set to be a must-attend summer escape for global tastemakers, creatives, jet-setters, and lovers of luxury tropical living. Founded by producer Terry Donovan in 2009, Summer Sizzle BVI has grown into an internationally acclaimed event that blends runways, brilliance, artistic expression, and authentic Caribbean charm. With the stunning British Virgin Islands as its backdrop, this is where glamorous meets soul, and the anniversary promises to be that of a most spectacular event yet. The 2025 highlights include the Global Glamour Runway Show, the week's marquee moment, an electrifying fashion show featuring world-renowned designers, breakthrough talents, and visionary artists, all on one unforgettable stage. The Taste of the BVI Welcome Dinner, celebrate island flavor with cuisine, culture, and community vibes at the stylish Loose Mongoose. When art meets fashion, a white masquerade gala, an immersive evening of couture and creativity at Long Bay Beach Resort, elegant, extravagant, and immersive fashion. Sizzle Saturdays, Island Chic Market, a curated shopping event spotlighting Caribbean designers, as well as artisans and Black-owned brands. Sailing and Beach Party on Joss Van Dyke close out the week in true Caribbean style, crystal clear seas, white sand, and champagne toast, as well as epic memories. Now, viewers, over the years, Summer Sizzle BVI has welcomed fashion icons and celebrity guests, including Taraji P. Henson, Nigel Barker, Eva Marcel, Tanika Ray, Claire Summers, and presented collections from designers such as Laquan Smith, Sergio Hudson, Kevon Hall, Cesar Galeando, Coral Castello, and Yumi Castura. Mr. Donovan said, and I quote, "This anniversary celebrates more than fashion. It honors the BVI, the artistry, and the vibrant community we've built. It's a love letter to culture, beauty, and bold, creative spirit." Some of the events include Thursday, July 24th, Hike BVI Adventure, the 15th anniversary welcome dinner, Loose Mongoose. On Friday, July 25th, Beauty Trends event at the Wyndham Lambert Beach Resort. When Art Meets Fashion Gala, a white masquerade at Long Bay Beach Resort. On July 26th, Sizzle Saturdays, Create BVI, Global Glamour Runway Show, Multi-Purpose Sports Complex. Sailing Beach Party, Joss Van Dyke, of course, where you're a fashion lover and cultural connoisseur or island dreamer, you're invited. Summer Sizzle BVI is the Caribbean's can't-miss experience of this year. The sponsors include Government of the Virgin Islands, the BVI Tourist Board, Popeyes, BVI Promotions, Rufred Forbes and Associates, Long Bay Beach Resort, Cape Air, Speedies, Nautical Origins, of course, Skelton Group, Wyndham Lambert Beach Resort, Moorings, Loose Mongoose, Rebel EL Charters, Island Time, Car Rentals, My Beauty Ultimate, Jaffix Crandalls, Omar's, Nanny Key, Bob's Gas Station, Service Station, and DJ Commodore, as well as much more. Up next, viewers, we have much more coming up. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman by yours truly, Ron Grant, presents Season 7. Introducing Travi Rose, Creative Director. Alex Lake, Businessman. Sean Black, Cinematographer. Dakari Wheatley Adams, Content Creator. Donandre Millwood, Educator and Musician. Hashim Dream, Entertainer. James Todman Sr., Contractor. Dr. Albert Tompkins, Psychotherapist. Walter Barrett, Author. Rakim Todman, Producer and Engineer. Kamal Letson, Photographer. Roosevelt Smith III, Sales Manager and Hospitality Professional. Leland Abraham, IT Technician and Cybersecurity Analyst. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 7, every Wednesday at 8 p.m., exclusively on 284 Media. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redefine yourself through the stories of real-life heroes. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 7, Raising a Generation of Greatness. Voted Top 35 Gentleman Podcast Worldwide by FeedSpot and BI Icon Award winner.
Across the BVI, the fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out Prepare for fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Steakhouse Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
Welcome back, viewers. Now, panning across to the region, voters in Trinidad and Tobago cast ballots today in parliamentary elections that analysts describe as one of the country's most unpredictable in decades. Following the historic resignation of former Prime Minister Keith Rowley, the election pits the ruling People's National Movement under the new Prime Minister Stuart Young against the opposition United Congress led by former Prime Minister Kamala Prasad this year. In a contest dominated by concerns over crime, U.S. trade policies, and economic pressures, Rowley's unprecedented resignation made him the country's first leader to step down without an electoral defeat and is credited for triggering the race for the 41 seats in the lower house of representatives. Young, 50, was sworn in as prime minister and promptly dissolved parliament to seek a public mandate. The twin island nation of approximately 1.5 million people recorded a 624 homicide last year, making it one of the most violent countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. The government declared a 3-month state of emergency on December 30th following escalating gang warfare. Prasad Bisesar, 73, who served as prime minister from 2010 to 2015, has campaigned on promises to address crime through new ministries of defense and justice despite her party's internal struggles, including high-profile resignations and consecutive electoral losses. The PNP has focused its campaign on modernizing governance, digitizing services, and improving public safety through a proposed Ministry of Implementation and Efficiency. Rising cost of living concerns have also featured prominently in the campaign messaging from both parties as they vie for control of the parliament for a 5-year term. Polling stations close at 6 p.m. local time, with results expected later tonight. Of course, we'll have an update for you tomorrow. The body of an 11-year-old girl reported missing during a family outing was discovered floating in a hotel swimming pool at a hotel in Guyana last week, triggering violent protests that resulted in the destruction of the property. Adriana Young's body was found approximately 20 hours after she had disappeared at the Doubleday International Hotel and Bar in Tuscan East Bank. Family members and protesters who stormed the premises made the discovery around 10 a.m. The child's father, Cibrian Young, jumped into the pool to retrieve his daughter's body, which reportedly bore visible signs of violent acts, including injuries to her hands, knees, and face. Witnesses also reported what appeared to be a cotton wool stuffed in her nose, raising immediate suspicions of foul play. The police said and searched the buildings 4 to 5 times to tell the police, "My daughter still in there. I tell you, since I come home yesterday, my belly tell me my daughter is there," the distraught father told reporters at the scene. Now, the discovery contradicted earlier police statements that surveillance footage had captured the child leaving the hotel premises in a motorcar. As news spread on social media, hundreds of enraged protesters converged on the hotel. The crowd smashed windows, threw furniture, and eventually set fire to the building and several vehicles, while police in riot gear reportedly observed without intervening. Fire service personnel also stood by as thick smoke engulfed the area. Protesters blocked roads with debris and vandalized nearby buildings as well. Ghana's President Ifran Ali addressed the situation on social media, stating he had instructed the Commissioner of Police to assemble a special team to lead the investigation, stating, and I quote, "Whatever specialized resources are required to determine every aspect of the events and circumstances will be provided," he wrote on Facebook. Now, authorities have not released information about potential suspects or arrest in connection with the child's death. An independent autopsy is said to be underway at the time of this report. That is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for our daily news updates at Tweet4Media and Tweet4BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, as well as our WhatsApp channel. Do have an enjoyable rest of the day. I'm Ron Grant. Goodbye.